Hi everyone, my name is Anita Ladhani. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and an energy practitioner. And I want to suggest to you that there is no such thing as a wrong relationship. And this is something that I hear a lot of people tell me, right? A lot of my friends who are breaking up or in between relationships. Even at one point, I've made that statement, I keep getting stuck in these wrong relationships. And what I want to suggest to you is that there is no such thing as a wrong relationship. So basically, I think every relationship is the right relationship for you at the time that you're involved in it. So let me explain how that works, right? So who I was 10 years ago is not who I was 8 years ago, and is not who I was 5 years ago, not who I was a year ago. And I'm definitely not the person I was a year ago. And I won't be, God willing, who I will be a year from now, right? So every relationship that I attract in my life, every person that I attract in my life, that I supposedly connect with, that I engage with, that I'm in a relationship with, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, whatever that may be, it was there in that moment to reflect where I was in my personal journey. I've explained this concept of being like, a radio station. So whatever channel, when you turn the dial on a radio station, say you put on FM 96.5, you're not going to get 101.1 if you put on 96.5. You're only going to get whatever is coming through at that vibrational frequency, right? At that radio wavelength. So it's when you change the dial to 101.1, that's when you will hear and you will attract what's coming in at 101.1. So I believe that that's how we work, right? So whatever frequency that I was at 8 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, I attracted those friends. I attracted those relationships. I attracted those teachers who may have been form of ex-boyfriends or ex-lovers or ex-friends or just dates or whatever the case might be, or ex even employees, or employers, it just whatever the interaction is, it doesn't matter. It's the point is, if you cross paths with someone, I'm convinced that that's not a coincidence. I'm convinced that if I'm crossing paths with someone, it's because I'm supposed to learn and I'm supposed to teach. And usually it's an exchange of both. So once you learn the lesson, whatever time you have together, enjoy it, be grateful for it. Whatever feelings you were able to experience in that moment, whether it was loving, romantic, happiness, laughter, joy, friendship, trust, betrayal, heartache, whatever. Be grateful for whatever emotions you were able to experience, because to me that is such a blessing, right? The fact that I am able to experience love and friendship and trust in that camaraderie, and again, just or loving a job or even hating a job. Remember, the relationship can be anything. We're not just talking about romantic relationship. All of that was there for me to learn, for me to grow. And then when I grew to the next level, then the next teacher, next person, next relationship, next date, next employer, next teacher came cross paths with me, so that I could then again learn, grow, and then if we stayed together, we stayed together. If we don't, we don't, right? So I have friends that I've had for 10 years, 15 years, 30 years. Great. Those friends continue to stay in my life. But if friends don't, then it's okay too. It's not the end of the world. Just like relationships with men or women, whichever you are. If relationships don't last forever, right? I think the mistake we made is that every person that we meet let's talk about romantic relationship. Every person that we meet in the context of a potential romantic relationship. And why is it that when we meet someone of the opposite sex, we immediately assume, especially if we're single, only if we're single, hopefully, we immediately assume it's for a romantic reason? No, it doesn't have to be. Because I think men and women can be really good friends without being romantic. And it doesn't have to be. Whatever you're supposed to exchange, whatever you're supposed to learn, whatever you're supposed to, do something together, you're going to do together and you're going to go your separate ways. So, you know, I think the mistake we make is that we go into every relationship already expecting, forever and after, right? We want the Disney fairy tale ending. We want to be married. We want to live, grow old together. And that doesn't happen, always. Sometimes you're married to someone. I have known couples who are married for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and then they split up. It's like, what? You're splitting up? But again, whatever path you were supposed to walk together, however long that journey was, be grateful for it, and then respectfully, lovingly forgive, love, and go your separate ways, whatever the relationship is, right? So I don't think there is such a thing as a bad relationship. I think every relationship is here to teach us something. It's here to help us learn. Now the question is, are we open to it or are we going to resist? And if we resist, it's fine, no big deal. The lesson will manifest itself in the form of another situation, another friend, another relationship, until we learn the lesson. And once we learn the lesson, then life will take us to the next radio station, the next vibrational frequency for ourselves. It's the vibrational frequency of our soul to then we attract the next person. And, hopefully we find someone that we connect with. But I really, really want to urge some, people, don't just settle romantically. And even friendship wise, or even job wise, right? I understand you've got to pay bills. I understand you don't want to be lonely. And I'm going to do a talk on loneliness soon. But, don't settle to be with someone just because you don't want to be lonely, right? Make sure the person is at your vibrational frequency. Make sure you're going into it to learn, not just to, you go into it to teach, go into it to give, not just to take. Yogesh Abi says, hi Anita, relationships are unconditional and mutual based on love, trust, faith, compatibility, and of course, I can't see the rest of your message. And smiling together. Yeah, Yogesh, that's the ideal relationship, although we kind of forget that because our egos get involved and we start to get hurt and we lose sight of that. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. As always, love and light. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.